All right, please remember we have our test next week, Wednesday, which is March 24th. That is Wednesday. You have school Thursday and Friday. Then it is spring break. All right. And then Friday's joke. What lights up a soccer stadium? A soccer match. Awesome. Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed that joke so well. I really appreciate it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and look at the paper that says percent calculations. I want you and your neighbor to answer questions 7 and 8 together. Questions 7 and 8. All right, we are on the percent calculations page here. We are going to go over questions number 7 and 8. Number 7. We're going to take this is a word problem, so we're going to take a word problem and create an equation and solve for the missing variable. We start with bringing everything down that we can. 65 and 4/10. What does is represent? Equal. Equal. 93%. What does of equal? Multiply. And what does what represent? Variable. Perfect. Okay, when writing this equation, there is another way or two ways that we can represent 93%. What is another way? Another thing that we could have written here. Ben. 0 and 9300. For future and just help you with percents, if you say a decimal, try to say it the way that it is actually read. 0 and 93 hundredths. Because that helps you with the next one. Patrick. Exactly, 93 over 100. All right, it's T-chart time. What are we going to do to both sides to get our variable by itself? Brayden. Good. Can we divide it by 93? No. 93 and 93% are two completely different things. So make sure you have the percent symbol there. Or you have 0 and 93 hundredths, or 93 over 100. All right, the right side, we're going to have x equals 65 and 4/10 divided by 93%. What do we get rounded to the nearest hundredth? Maddie. Do we agree with 70 and 32 hundredths?
Yes.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Like triple sure?
Yes.
Okay, last class, I wrote something else up there, and I said, does everyone agree? And they all said yes, and they all stared at me weird. And then someone finally said, like 2 minutes later, I got something different. And everyone had something different. The wrong answer was up here for a while, and no one said anything, but they all knew. Okay? Please, so that for the future is, if you disagree or something, say something right away. If you don't understand why I got an answer, ask why. Are we good with that one?
Yes.
Okay, what would 70 and 32 hundredths represent? The part, the whole, or the percent? Josiah. Not the part. Go back to your equation. If this is your equation, what does x represent? Brogan.
It would be the whole because it says 65 is 93. 65 is 93% of what?
Good. Parts equals percent times whole. That is our whole. Are we good with that? Okay. Number 8. What percent? Do we know the percent?
No.
We put an X. I recommend putting a little percent symbol next to it. That's going to be really, really helpful when you enter your answer into, like, let's say, GrayCam or Math Excel. Now, you know you need to turn it to a percent. Of is multiply 56 and 1/10 is equal to 55. Do I need a T-chart for this problem? The variable by itself? No. So do I need a T-chart? Yes. All right, what do I do to both sides? Tom? Divide by 56 and 1/10 divided by 56 and 1/10. So 55 divided by 56 and 1/10 should get us a really long number. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, there's two ways that we can do this rounding to the nearest hundredth. So let's make sure we all agree with this. 55 divided by 56 and 1/10 equals 0.980392216. What is that rounded to the nearest hundredth? Lily?
98 hundredths.
Good. 0 and 98 hundredths. Is this our answer?
No.
Max, why not? Good. Perfect. How do I change a decimal to a percent, Josh? Good. And why do I do it 2 times and to the right? Because I am multiplying that. Good. So x equals 98%. The other way you could have solved this. If you took 55 divided by 56 and 1/10, and you got the 0.980392216, and you multiplied that by 100, you'd have 98.039216. That rounded to the nearest hundredth is 0.4%. So I'm okay with this one and this one. Are either of these answers the exact answer? No. Why are they not the exact answer? Tyson? We rounded to the nearest hundredth in both of them. We just did it in different spots. Okay? So there is no exact answer. Questions? Comments? Concerns? Take that paper, put it off to the side. We are now moving on to going out to the. All right, let's go ahead and what you're going to do for this is we are going to choose a drink item. You're going to choose an entree, a side dish, and a dessert. You need to put what you purchased and the price for that. Make sure you're following this direction here. You need to solve for the total price of the meal before the tax and tip without a calculator. The reason is, in 6th grade, you need to be able to solve multiplying, dividing, adding, and subtracting problems with decimals without a calculator. So you cannot use a calculator for that part. When you get to the tax and the tip part, you can absolutely use a calculator. Couple of things with choosing what you would like to eat. Your parents or guardians are not here with you, so you get to choose whatever items that you want. If you want a sundae, you get that sundae. All right? No matter how much it costs, no matter how bad it is for you, if you want it, you can have it. So whatever you would like for your drink, entree, side dish, dessert, go for it. One last thing before we move on. Finding your tax. You have to find the tax of all 4 of these items combined. Then your tip. Please listen to this so I don't have to explain it twice. To find your tip, you have to take how much your meal cost plus how much your tax is, combine them, that is your tip. Does everyone understand that? You are tipping on the price of the food and the tax. Rylan, who's paying for it? I got this meal. I got it. It's on me. Maddie, do you want a milkshake for a drink? Then you go get that milkshake for a drink. Okay, Aiden. That's what we're figuring out. That's your percent. Your tax is 6%. All right, go ahead. Find out what you want to eat, how much it costs, how much the tax is, how much your tip is, and your total cost that Mr. Bettinger has to pay for. Calculators down, eyes up here. I'm going to give us an example. Pencils down. Eyes up here. Okay. Let's say our bill is $8.65. I want to find the tax, which is 6%. If you like equivalent ratios, 6 over 100, $6.86 or 65 cents. Is that the part or is that the whole? Maggie, that is the whole. It's a total price. The part would be what you're paying in taxes. So if you like to do equivalent ratios, you can do it that way. If you want to use the equation, it is the percent times the whole equals your part. So $8.68 times 6%. That is your tax. All right? Is everyone good with that? If you take $8.65 and you divide it by 6%, you're going to get a number that is greater than $8.65. Would that answer make sense? No, we know our number has to be small and it has to be less than $8.65. All right, then remember, you're taking the meal price plus the tax price to find your tip. Our tip is 20%. Maddie. For this total? Oh, yeah, everyone's is different. I just made something up. We all ordered something different. I didn't order anything. I just made a number up. Okay. So that's how you find then your tip. To add everything up, you would take your meal price plus your tax plus your tip price. That gives you your total amount of money. Once you completed that, go ahead and I want you to figure out how much did you spend if you tipped 15%, if you tipped 18 5/10%, because we're going to compare that at the very end of class. Go ahead and you can complete that in the next 2 minutes. Up here. Which one should be the most expensive? 20% tip, 15% tip, 18 5/10% tip. Which one's going to be the most expensive? Emma. 20% tip will be. So when you figure this out, the 20% should be the highest. Then it should be 18.5%. Then it should be 15%. Who thinks they have the highest total? Patrick. $12.88. They have more than that. Josiah. What cost? What did you order, Josiah? Okay. All right. There is no homework for this weekend. Enjoy that. Alright, voices are up. You are in your seat. This is the culture. Have an announcement to make.
Good afternoon, Remember Media. We have a couple of announcements. Birthday question. Your Butterberry pickup is Tuesday, March 23rd at North Park. 4 p.m. Please write this in your agenda. Now we have the announcement of who's going to get that pizza party lunch. This might want to call for a recount on this. Mr. Driscoll's homeroom has earned the pizza party. He will get this afternoon for 8:50. Our school raised $750. This is a great contribution to a good cause. Thank you for all that donated. That is it for the afternoon